We often push through discomfort, ignoring the signals our body sends us. But what if I told you that the key to healing lies in actually feeling those sensations, acknowledging them, and allowing them to guide you? In this session, we'll explore mindful movements and breath work designed to help you release stored tension and rejuvenate your entire being. As we flow through each pose, I encourage you to tune into your body's messages. Feel every stretch, embrace every breath, and let yourself be present in the moment. Whether you're dealing with physical discomfort or emotional stress, this practice is about honoring your body and its incredible ability to heal itself. So grab your mat, find a quiet space, and let's embark on this healing journey together. For our meditation today, option to stay in a comfortable seated position with spine long, shoulders rolled down the back, or option to lie on your side, coming to a fetal position, using your arms as a pillow, embracing the feelings of safety and security this position provides. Wherever you are, close your eyes and begin to settle into the present moment. Begin by taking a few deep breaths, inhaling deeply through your nose and exhaling slowly through your mouth. Let go of any tension or stress with each exhale, allowing your body to relax more and more with each breath. Now bring your awareness to your body. Scan from the top of your head down to your toes, noticing any areas of tightness, discomfort, or tension. Don't judge or try to change anything. Simply observe and feel. As you continue to breathe deeply, focus on one area of tension or discomfort. Imagine your breath flowing into that area, gently massaging and soothing it. With each inhale, send love and compassion to this part of your body. And with each exhale, release any pain, tension, or negativity that might be stored there. Allow yourself to fully experience whatever sensations arise. If emotions come up, acknowledge them without judgment. Feel them fully, knowing that this process is a powerful step towards healing. Take your time, moving your attention to different areas of your body as needed. Continue to breathe deeply, sending healing energy to each spot and releasing tension with every exhale. And know that by feeling these sensations, you are actively participating in your own healing process. Gently open your eyes. If you're laying on the ground in fetal position, use one hand to press yourself back up and find a comfortable seated position of your choice where we will all meet. Find length in your spine and melt your shoulders away from your neck. Let's take a moment here to find deep, full 360 breaths as we ground ourselves down into the present moment. Option to bring your hands into a Padma Mudra by bringing the base of the hands together along with the thumbs and little fingers. Allow the index, middle, and ring fingers to gently open. The Padma Mudra inspires purity and perseverance by representing the lotus flower floating above the muddy waters of desire, fear, and attachment. With each inhale, feel the air filling your belly, rib cage, back, and chest. Then exhale all the air out completely. Continue for a few breaths, going at your own pace. Now bring your palms together in prayer position and begin to slowly rub them against each other, starting to build heat. Then start to move them a little faster, a little faster. And once you feel some warmth, gently place your hands over your eyes. This practice is known as palming, and the warmth of your hands relaxes the 6 muscles around each eye and attracts more energy and blood flow. This promotes an overall feeling of calm, but is very beneficial to the eye, relieving strained, dry, and tired eyes. This can also help to reduce headaches. Now slowly melt your hands down your face, your neck, and onto your shoulders. And we'll begin to roll our shoulders. On an inhale, bringing the elbows forward and up. Exhale, bring them back down and around. Feel the shoulders lifting up by your ears and dropping, melting down your back and into your lats. Now continue to journey down your body with your hands, feeling your waist down along your legs, landing with the hands on the knees. And on an exhale, round the spine, tucking the chin towards the chest for a seated cat pose. And on an inhale, lift the chest, opening up for cow pose. Feel and notice the sensations in the body as you round through the spine and as you lift and open the chest. Return to neutral, sitting up nice and tall, and continue the journey of the hands down to the mat. Let's take a moment here to breathe and connect to the earth. Gently open your eyes if you had them closed. For your practice today, I would recommend using blocks to help you to relax deeper into the pose. However, they're not necessary, and this practice is still accessible without them. If you do have them, go ahead and place them on either side at the top of your mat. Let's make our way to a tabletop position on our hands and knees. Bring your knees out wide, big toes to touch. Sink the hips back, finding length in the spine, reaching the arms forward for a child's pose. As you keep breathing, allowing the hips to settle further into the pose, take a moment to go within and see what sensations are coming up in your body. Notice what thoughts pop up in your head and gently release them and allow them to pass by. Remember that we are not our thoughts. We are so much more than that. Our thoughts are mostly just a reflection of our past experiences, there to help keep us safe. But what if we were able to tap into the space between those thoughts and create new thoughts? New thoughts that lead to new feelings that lead to new experiences that lead to new beliefs. Slowly, gently release from the pose, returning to a tabletop position, stacking the knees under the hips, wrists under the shoulders. Tuck the toes and sink the hips back for a nice stretch in the feet. If you have problems with your feet, just leave them untucked and sink the hips back, coming to a hero's pose. Option to keep the hands on the mat or to place your hands on your thighs. I personally like to keep them on the mat so I can use them and push further into the feet. Return to a tabletop position. Bring your forearms down to your mat, untuck the toes, lengthening the legs, coming to your belly for Sphinx pose. Push through your palms and forearms as well as into your pelvis to help lift the chest up, opening up the heart space. Keep the quads and glutes engaged to avoid pain in the lower back. And continue to push your shoulders down the back, keeping them away from your ears. Option to add a little movement here, looking over one shoulder and then the other. Release your head down to the mat. Place your palms on either side of your chest, tucking your elbows in towards your body. Tuck the back toes and get ready for a surprise. Lift up into plank. Option to drop your knees to the mat. Engage your core, engage your quads, and hold. Bring your knees down to your mat if you haven't already, returning to a tabletop position. Well done. Now lengthen your arms forward, sink the hips back, and melt the heart down towards the mat, finding space in the shoulders for puppy pose. The strongest thing we can do is open our heart and be vulnerable. But this isn't easy and requires a lot of courage. But what would your life look like if you allowed your thoughts, feelings, and emotions to flow rather than holding yourself back? Holding back for fear of judgment, for fear of being seen, for fear of the unknown. What would happen if you chose to let all of this go and love yourself for who you truly are? Slowly, gently release from the pose, returning to a tabletop position. Tuck your toes, lift the hips up and back, finding length in the spine, downward facing dog. Reach your heels down towards the mat. Option to pedal out your feet, bending one knee and then the other. Also option to bend and straighten both legs, trying to find more spaciousness through the shoulders and more length through the spine. On an inhale, reach your right leg up and back. Exhale, bring the right knee in towards the chest, stepping the right foot between the hands. Lower the left knee down to the mat, coming up for a low lunge. We'll be staying here for a minute for a deep stretch into the hips. So option to stay here with your hands on your thigh, or bring the blocks to either side for some extra support. The blocks can also help to enhance and deepen the stretch. Find what level works best for you and your body, and press your palms into the blocks to help lift the chest. Sink forward for a deep stretch into the left hip flexor. Make sure there's enough space between your legs so that your right knee does not go over the ankle. Also option to place a blanket or a towel under the left knee for support. Breathe, release, and feel it to heal it. Remove the blocks, placing them on either side at the top of the mat. We'll move into a little counter stretch. Sink the hips back, straightening the right leg for a half split. Bend the right knee, rolling through the right foot, returning through a low lunge. Step the right foot back to meet the left foot, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Let's repeat on the other side. Inhale, bring the left leg up and back. Exhale, bring the left knee in towards the chest, stepping the left foot between the hands. Lower the right knee down to the mat, coming up to low lunge. Remember all your options. Choose which one works best for you today. You have to feel it to heal it means that in order to effectively heal from emotional pain or trauma, you must fully experience and acknowledge your feelings. Instead of suppressing, ignoring, or denying your emotions, you face them head on. This process involves recognizing and accepting your emotions as they are without judgment, allowing yourself to feel the emotions deeply, whether through crying, talking, writing, or other forms of expression. Understanding and making sense of these emotions, often with the help of reflection, therapy, or supportive conversations. And finally, letting go of the emotional burden, leading to healing and personal growth. Place the blocks to the side, find length in the left leg, sinking the hips back for a half split for a counter stretch. Remember, don't force anything, just breathe and relax into the pose. Bend the left knee, rolling through the left foot. Tuck the back toes, bring the left foot back to meet the right into your downward facing dog. Release the knees down and find your way to a seat on the mat with your legs extended out in front of you. Adjust your seat so you feel grounded into the mat and find length in your spine, shoulders melting down the back. Extend your arms up over your head and hinge forward at your hips, continuing to find length in your spine. Keep your legs and feet active. Now fold forward, reaching for your feet, your ankles, your calves, and we'll stay here for a moment. In seated forward fold. Feel the stretch in your hamstrings and back as you come into this little cave of inner reflection. Gently release back up, finding length in the spine again. Bend the right knee, placing the sole of the foot on the mat. And bring that right leg over the left leg. Hook the left elbow around the right knee, bringing the right hand behind for support. And on an inhale, find length in the spine. Exhale, coming into a seated spinal twist. Also option to bring the left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Again, finding length in the spine on the inhale, exhale, deepening into that twist. This twisting action creates an internal squeeze on the organs, which is great for detoxing and getting rid of stagnant emotions. Or rather, to allow the emotions to move and flow through us. The goal is to feel, not to get rid of. Gently release out of the twist. Lengthen out the right leg. Now bend the left knee, bringing the sole of the foot to the mat, and bring that left leg across the right leg. Again, you have two options. Choose what works best for you, either hooking the right arm around the left knee or bringing that right elbow to the outside of the left knee, bringing the left hand behind for support. Inhale, find length in the spine. Exhale, deepen into that twist. What emotions are you ready to feel so they can move through you and be released? Gently release out of the twist, lengthening out the left leg, and give your legs a little shake to release. Now bring the soles of the feet together, knees falling to either side in a seated bound angle pose. Option to place blocks or blankets under the knees for extra support. Find length in the spine, shoulders melting down the back, and allow the knees to release down towards the earth as you breathe, but don't force. Bring the feet away from the hips for a more gentle stretch. Bring the feet towards the hips for a deeper stretch. A nice opportunity for a moment of self-care here if you would like to give yourself a little loving foot massage. Bring your hands to the outside of your knees and gently close your legs together. and find your way down to your back. Bend your knees, bring the feet in towards your glutes, placing the soles of the feet on the mat. Arms down by your sides, palms facing down, setting up for bridge pose. Press down into the mat through your palms and soles of your feet to lift up your pelvis. Power up through the abs, the glutes, and the quads to lift the hips up. Then gently release everything back down to the mat. We'll do this 2 more times. Inhale, push through the palms and feet to lift the hips. Exhale, release everything back down to the mat. Inhale, power up to bridge pose. And exhale, release. Now one more time, press yourself up to bridge pose. This time, option to interlace the fingers underneath, scooching the shoulders under to create a little bit more open and lifting in the chest. Or if you have a block, slide it under your sacrum at whatever height feels good to you. Then relax the arms down by your sides for a supported bridge pose. Breathe here and feel your heart opening. Stay here, or option to bring one knee up and then the other, perhaps straightening out the legs for a supported shoulder stand. This pose sends blood from the legs and pelvis up to the heart and lungs, which it can increase energy and improve cardiovascular health. This is also a great pose for calming the nervous system and reducing stress and anxiety. You can also choose to do this pose up against a wall and without the support of the block. Enjoy. Bend both knees and gently place one foot and then the other back down to the mat. If you have a block, gently remove it and place your back down to the mat. Bring the knees in towards the chest, keeping them out wide. Either grab behind the thighs or use your pointer and middle finger to grab onto the big toe for happy baby. Feel free to take any movement that feels good here, whatever awakens that inner child, either swaying side to side or maybe bending and straightening one leg at a time. Trust your inner guidance and do whatever feels good to you right now in this moment. When you're done playing, gently release the feet back down to the mat, bringing the soles of the feet together, knees out wide for a reclined bound angle pose, allowing the knees to gently fall to either side. Again, option to support the knees with a block, blanket, or towel as we relax into this pose. Another option, if you'd like one more heart opener, is to place a block lengthwise between your shoulder blades for a supported fish pose. Crown of the head falls down towards the mat, or option also to place another block or blanket under the head for more support. Breathe, relax, and enjoy this final heart and hip opener. When you're ready, gently close your legs back together and remove the block. Option to lengthen the legs, arms by your sides for a more traditional Shavasana, or option to roll onto one side for a fetal position where we started, getting cozy as we set up for our final resting pose, where we'll take a moment to integrate and reflect on our practice today. Think about what thoughts and emotions came up for you in your practice today. What sensations came up in your body? What were you able to feel? And what were you able to release and heal? How can you take this practice from your mat into your life? And this is where I will leave you. Thank you so much for sharing your time and energy with me today. Take a moment to show yourself gratitude for showing up for self-improvement. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed this practice, and please let me know in the comments how this practice felt for you today. What thoughts, emotions, or sensations came up for you? I'm curious to know, and I love connecting with you. Subscribe for more yoga practices, meditations, tips, and tricks as we journey through the zodiac seasons, working on and developing different aspects of our life, so that by the end of the astrological year, we will have stepped even further into our power. I love you so much. Until next time, namaste.